Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the elders, great millstone, my liturgy truth, and also to the Holy elect that is scattered abroad. I'd like to say shalom, and come back here today with another great powerful lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the title of today's lesson is Satan devices. So I'd like to say shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power. Which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And everybody that know Satan devices is busy at work. And everybody that we're talking about the physical counterpart of Satan, which in fact is the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And everybody, he's constantly being busy. He's constantly trying to implement, you know what I'm saying, his evil device, his evil scheme, his evil plan. And the Lord already said that he will not be able to perform his enterprise. We knowing that the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. He knowing that his time is very short. And everybody that, he's had run out of time. And everybody that, he's getting very impatient. And everybody, you seeing that the sown places are becoming unsown. And everybody, you seeing that when you go to your favorite store, your favorite restaurant, a lot of things are being slack. A lot of things are not there. And everybody that, a lot of people are still not considering. And everybody that order out of chaos is constantly coming to pass. And everybody that we constantly warning you left and right that our temptation is approaching left and right. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. We constantly sighing and crying left and right. We are here. And everybody, World War III has begun. And everybody, all sorts of chaos is getting ready to come towards this earth. Come towards this world. And everybody, we constantly warn you left and right. You're seeing that the gas prices are getting ready to be outrageous. And everybody, hyperinflation is getting ready to run things up to the roof. And the people in great fear is getting ready to fall upon a lot of people. A lot of people will get faint-hearted. A lot of people are going to get desperate. A lot of people are going to betray one another. Just like the Bible said. And everybody that, the beginning of sorrow, we are here. It is at the door. So the title of today's lesson, once again, is Satan devices. So now, we'll open up with a quick precept in the title of today's lesson. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. We'll start here. And it reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And everybody that, we are not ignorant. The elect, the house of David, the one that is constantly sighing and crying, keeping not silent. We're constantly warning before destruction. So you're seeing all these different things constantly coming to pass. Seeing that, you're having these gas prices. You're seeing that you're having food short. And everybody, starvation is coming back in a big way. How do we know it? Because the Lord revealed his secrets to the prophet. And everybody, the devil, which in fact is the so-called white man, he cannot get advantage over us because the Lord help us. And everybody, he constantly guiding us and he's constantly protecting us. And everybody, we have that eye salve that only comes from Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So let's get that quick precept. Let's go to Amos chapter 3. One moment. Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. And it reads, surely the Most High will do nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. And everybody, we are the one that's sighing and crying, making these videos out in the highways and byways, constantly warning you left and right. The Lord said that this gospel will be preached throughout the four corners of the earth. Then shall the end come. And everybody, we're constantly warning you about what? Satan device. We're not ignorant of his device because the Lord has his hands on us. He's constantly revealing things to the what? The elect, the one that was preordained to get this from the beginning. And everybody, we knowing that this is not our real. We knowing who our enemy is. The Lord said, never trust thy enemy. And a lot of our people will be deceived, and will be destroyed. And everybody, we're constantly warning you left and right. And also, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The kingdom of heaven, it is at hand. So now, let's go to Micah. Let's go to Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. So that's about the power of who hand? The so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And everybody, he's constantly devising his plan. He's seeing all these things that's going on. And everybody, unrighteous decree are constantly going to get worse and worse. And everybody, the man of sin has been revealed. We constantly warning you left and right. But you still thinking that this is a game. Trusting in the strength of this place of Egypt, which in fact is AKA Babylon the Great, America. This place is fallen. It is finished. The Lord is getting ready to destroy this place with that fervent heat. The indignation of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord is getting ready to bring that recompense and that judgment. And everybody, we're right upon that time. We constantly warn. We are very, very close. We are here. And everybody, we cannot wait. So rejoice ye heaven. So now, let's get a quick backup. Well, I just read it out. Paraphrase Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into his hand. The Lord said he will let until he be taken out of the way. The so-called white man, he only have a certain time. And everybody, he's getting ready to make his final swipe at the children of Israel. This is his last time standing. And we cannot wait. We're getting ready to put our feet upon his neck. And everybody, we cannot wait. The Lord is getting ready to bring all our enemies down because we are not ignorant of who Satan devices. The physical counterpart of Satan is the so-called white man, the red man. Genesis chapter 25 and 25. We constantly warning you left and right. This is who causes all this great trouble upon the earth. It's the so-called white man. The earth was given into his hand only for a short time. Ooh, we cannot wait. So now, let's go to Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hope that you get edified by the lesson today. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. And it reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that about who have prescribed all these different unrighteous decrees? The so-called white man. And that about you will not be able to buy or sell. Will not be able to go into another city or another state without having that digital, ID. And we constantly warning you left and right. But a lot of people will line up like clockwork. The Lord said, never trust thy enemy. Satan devices. They are constantly at work each and every day because the power is in their hand only for a short time. And everybody, they're only doing the will of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, from the left-hand side. And everybody, the Lord controls both sides, the left and the right. So that everybody, we don't have anything to worry about, but trust and believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So now, let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 3. One moment. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and we'll start up at verse 3. And it reads, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. So that everybody is that, it is hid from them because the idea about it is that, they trust in Satan devices. And everybody that, they're constantly walking in the congregation of the dead. So let's start back up at 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 4. And it reads, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of the Messiah, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. So that everybody, the God of this world, Satan device, the so-called white man that the devil speaks of, he is the God of this world, the physical counterpart of Satan. And everybody, he is that Antichrist. He is totally against everything that the Lord is trying to bring forth, that righteous kingdom. And that is about that, he is getting ready to bring all hell upon this earth because he knowing that this is his last time standing. He's getting ready to be cut off forever. So now, let's go to one moment. And also, Romans chapter 11, verse 7, it said the election has attained and the rest was blind. Why was they blind? Because of Satan's device. So now, and also Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8, it tells you that two parts therein shall be cut off and die because of what? Satan device. They trust in the God of this world. They was blind. And that is about, there is no light in them. And that is about that, we constantly warn you left and right. Great death, great mourning is right upon us. We're at the beginning of sorrow. All hell is getting ready to break loose. So now, let's go to one moment. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6. One moment. Just a quick lesson through the Spirit. Ephesians chapter 6. One moment. Ephesians chapter 6. And we'll start up at verse 11. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. One moment. And it reads, Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality, against powers, against rulers of darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Satan devices. And I did about, we constantly warn you left and right. And the Lord said that the deceiver and the deceived is his. And I did about that, the Lord would not be mocked. And I did about his will, his word is not returned to him void. And I did about, we constantly warn you left and right. We are here. And I did about, he is getting ready to implement the MOTB. It's fast approach. You are getting ready to make a decision. Either you in the truth or out of the truth. Either you have the faith, if you do not, you do not have the faith. And it really does not matter. The Lord already have that precious elk, which in fact is the elect. And he's only coming back for that 1/3. But you do not believe. And that we don't even care at this time. Because the Lord is getting ready to show up and show out. So now, one moment. Let's go to one moment. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians, one moment. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, one moment. And one thing about it is that you got to be built up in the faith. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the time. You must have that mindset. You must be spiritual. And about that, we have came out of the world. And about we knowing about Satan's device. We knowing what he's getting ready to try to accomplish. But that about he will not be able to perform his enterprise. And that about because we trust and believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord will protect us and he will preserve us in that time of trouble, Jacob's trouble. So now, let's go to 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, we'll start up at verse 7. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7. And it reads, for the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who now let it will let until he be taken out the way. So the Lord is constantly letting him devise his wicked scheme, his wicked plan for a short time. And that he's constantly trying to implement. He's constantly trying to force. He's constantly trying to put you in a chokehold. It's only going to get worse and worse. But that is about it. The Lord said the one that stayed loyal to him, they kept the patience, they kept the gospel. You know what I'm saying? He said, hold fast what you have. And that is about it. That great reward is coming. The Lord said, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. And that is about it. The same that endure, the same shall be saved. So that is about it. The Lord is constantly letting him make his move. But that is about it. When he get ready to come in like a flood, the Lord is getting ready to lift up that standard. Spiritual power. We cannot wait. And that is about it. Hoping on one a part of that. Hopefully elect a part of that number, 144. And that's about we're going to get the job done. So now, let's start back up at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And it reads, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So that's about how is he destroying them right now? Breaking up their plans, constantly causing them to be exposed. It's through his mouthpiece, the prophet. And that about we're in the highways and the byway. We are making these videos. And that about it. We constantly warning, sounding the alarm left and right. And that about it. The Lord's getting ready to cut this truth off. And that about it. He said, you shall seek him early, but you shall not find him. And the time is now while the Lord can be found. And that about it. The Lord is getting ready to bring recompense and judgment. It's right upon him. He said, first my judgment will start at the house of Israel. The Negroes, the Hispanics, the Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? The Mexican, I'm talking to you. It's time to come back under total subjection to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Because Satan devices are at work. And that is about it. A lot of people will be deceived. And that is about the one that is holding on to what they believe in. Things that we have not seen. And that is about we holding on to because we believe in the Lord. And that is about we're walking in the spirit each and every day. We keeping the faith, and we knowing that the Lord is getting ready to return. So now, let's start back up. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, we'll start back up at verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that is about Satan devices, that pseudo sign, that MOTB, all sorts of things he's getting ready to bring up. You know what I'm saying? And that is about after the workings of Satan. The physical counterpart of Satan is the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. We constantly warning you about this evil red devil. And that is about it. It's up to you. Either you will hear or either you will forbear. All these different technology, lying wonders. You know what I'm saying? Pseudo sign. A lot of things are getting ready to happen. but we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So now, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 10, and it reads, and with all deceivingness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Verse 11, and for this cause the Most High shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Verse 12, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So that everybody's there, the Lord has gave them a strong delusion because they identify. They trust in the strength of evil. They trust in the so-called white man, which in fact is your enemy and also your oppressor. And everybody, they didn't want to believe in the truth. And everybody, the Lord gave them over unto all those lying wonders, all that pseudoscience, all that different type of technology from the left-hand side. And everybody, because they love Satan's devices. And everybody, we constantly warning you left and right. But a lot of our people will be destroyed on this side. The truth there will be cut off. We know that, but that ain't about it. We're going to constantly sigh and cry until the Lord cut it off. This truth is getting ready to be pulled out of the world, and the Lord is getting ready to do his thing. So now, let's go to one moment. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 24. Get another quick precept. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 24. And it reads, for there shall arise false Hamashiach and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Let's read that again. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 24. For there shall arise false Hamashiach and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But that is about it will not happen, because we are not ignorant of Satan's device, because the Lord is constantly revealing all the things, that we need to know. We have an unction to know all things through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And everybody that we will not be taken. We will not be deceived. And everybody that, because you know why? Because the Lord has his hands on the elect. And everybody that, we will not bend or fold. And everybody that, all these great wonders that he's getting ready to come up with, now everybody, if you take this, you'll be able to walk again. If you take this, you'll be able to see again. And everybody, all sorts of great miracles that he will come with that pseudo sign. And we constantly warn you left and right. But a lot of people are going to line right up and follow this man straight off a cliff into that the second death, the lake of fire. It is fashioned approach. We constantly warning you left and right. Woo, the great dear Lord is fashioned approach. So now we'll jump back up at Matthew chapter 24. We'll jump back up at verse 21. And it reads, for then shall great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world for this time, nor ever shall be. Verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, the house of David. Those days shall be shortened. So that is about that Satan device. He will try to destroy everyone on this planet because he wants to try to rule forever. And that is about it, with that pseudo birthright. And that is about it, the Lord, he only have a certain time. He is in for a rude awakening. The Lord is getting ready to put all these kingdoms, all these governments down. He's finna lay this place down. And that is about it. Every tongue will confess, every knee will bow down in that day. And that is about it. Woo! We cannot wait. We are here. And that is about that. Satan devices, they are at work. You constantly seeing it all around. All hell is getting ready to break loose. The new world order is right upon us. And that is about it. We must come back under total subjection to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So now, let's see where I want to go to now. One moment. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13, and we'll start at verse 15. One moment. And it reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and call that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And everybody, we will not worship the image of the beast. And everybody, that 5G blockchain system that's coming to pass, that new world order, will not be a part of that. And everybody, that whether we will live to see the coming of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, or even in death. And everybody, we're not worried about it, because we already know that the Lord said he will come and deliver us, whether we are living or not. And everybody, immortality, spiritual power is right upon us. And everybody, we are ready to get back in our first estate. And everybody, rulership, dominion. That's what we're waiting on each and every day. We're ready for this wicked kingdom to be destroyed with that fervent heat. And everybody, AKA Babylon the Great, we're ready for this place to burn. Burn, baby, burn. We're ready for it to, I mean, just catch fire. We're ready for the Lord to come back and return to deliver us. And everybody, a lot of great persecution, great death will come upon the men of the Lord. But that about it. The Lord said, first they hated me, and they also will hate you. So that about it. We're carrying the cross each and every day for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We are standing up tall for him. And we are standing on fire for the King of the universe. He is getting ready to return. So now, let's start back up at Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And it reads, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead. And we're talking about Satan device. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the MOTB, that digital ID. He's getting ready to come to life. He is getting ready to implement. That's what we're waiting on. That's that big prophecy that we're waiting on. Once that happens, all hell will break loose. So now, let's start back up. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 17. And it reads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that everybody, he wants to make you a perpetual slave once again. And everybody using that pseudo side. And everybody, he thinking that he's going to rule forever. But he did not consider the latter end of things. We're in the end time. And everybody, all these unrighteous decrees are getting ready to happen. And everybody, what I'm saying? Who will you trust in? Are you going to trust in Satan, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of? Or are you going to trust in your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai? He will deliver. He's the one that can set things back into order. Just like that. And everybody, he's getting ready to return. The power is all in his hands. So we don't have anything to worry about. Woo, we cannot wait. And Bible prophecy are constantly jumping off the pages, left and right. So now, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 18, and it reads, here is wisdom. Let him that has the understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and the number is 666. So that everybody that, it's talking about that beast system, and everybody that you be a part of it, you will be cut off. You will be totally destroyed. And everybody that we constantly warn you, we are here. The games are over. The Lord is getting ready to show up. The devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. We constantly warn you, left and right. And everybody that a lot of things are getting ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? A great time of trouble that we have never seen before. But we constantly warn you, left and right. The watchmen of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're standing on our watch. We're here. We're at the end. And everybody, you know what I'm saying? All our affliction is coming to an end. And everybody, we're getting ready to be with our Lord and Savior forever and forever. So rejoice, ye heaven. No more crime, no more oppression, no one being the first one fired, the last one high. All these things will get ready to be a thing of the most hated man on earth. All these things are getting ready to be over with. And everybody, the one that stayed loyal to him, the one that trusted him each and every, the one that is constantly sounding along, the house of David, the elect. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is Satan device. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I like to say, Shalom.